The 4 M's. This 7-minute presentation could change your health and your life. It's a brief overview of something that I believe is extremely important for everyone to understand and hopefully implement. I've been studying health, fitness, nutrition, and natural therapies for over 50 years. Saying that it's complicated is a gross understatement. There are just too many factors and variables for any of us to stay up on. So I'm constantly searching for ways to improve my understanding, my ability to explain things, and to help people achieve their health goals. The 4M's concept is, in my opinion, a huge breakthrough in my understanding and ability to communicate the key factors that are most important to address. Here's a diagram that you'll be able to utilize going forward, and it's repeated at the end. It just shows a visual representation of the 4M's. Now we're going to go into each one in just a little detail. The microcirculation. It consists of the smallest blood vessels, the arterioles, capillaries, and venules. Although they don't get much press, they account for 99% of the entire circulatory system. Think about it. The heart's a pump. It's a fabulous pump. The arteries and veins are like garden hoses or plumbing pipes. The microcirculation consists of something closer to irrigation hoses. They leak, and they're supposed to leak. This leaking function is why they're so important. The microcirculation is the only place where nutrient exchange takes place. The nutrients we ingest, digest, and absorb are placed into the circulation for delivery to the cells. It is in the tiny leaky vessels where these nutrients are able to move from the bloodstream into the tissues and cells of the body. It's also where most of the metabolic waste products are picked up for removal from those tissues and transported to the organs that eliminate them from the body. Many of the nutrients, including the oxygen, make their way into the subcellular organelles called mitochondria. The mitochondria are primarily known as the powerhouses of the cells and of the body. They produce or package about 95% or more of the ATP the body makes every day, which is estimated to be equal to our body weight. ATP is the primary energy currency of our body and therefore of our metabolism. It's used to drive all of our bodily processes that allow for life itself. Mitochondria are the epitome of use it or lose it. When we become inactive, our mitochondria lose volume, become much less efficient, and literally die off. When we increase our activity, they grow and replicate, thereby increasing our energy producing capacity. Think about this carefully. The mitochondria are the only structures that use oxygen. That should tell you how important they are. Way back in the 20s, Otto Warburg received the Nobel Prize for demonstrating that there is only one primary cause of cancer, and that is damage to the respiratory cycle of the mitochondria. Everything else, all other causes, are secondary or contributing causes. In other words, cancer is caused by mitochondrial dysfunction. Over the past 20 or so years, scientists have learned and confirmed that, in fact, all chronic disease is due to mitochondrial dysfunction. They are that important. The interrelation between the microcirculation and mitochondria is pretty straightforward. If the microcirculation is damaged or restricted, nutrient and oxygen delivery will be restricted to all cells. Restrictions of nutrients and oxygen to the cells, and therefore to the mitochondria, leads to damage to the mitochondria and reduced energy production. That means less energy than needed to run the metabolism and maintain health. The metabolism is the sum total of all the chemical reactions that run our bodies. Everything that happens with our physical bodies is a result of the billions of chemical reactions that take place every minute of every day. The energy that drives all of those chemical reactions comes from the mitochondria, if and when they're working properly. Once again, if the microcirculation is restricted, the nutrient and oxygen delivery will be restricted. That reduces the mitochondria's ability to produce ATP, which compromises one's metabolic efficiency. Muscle. Muscle is the body's largest and most active organ system. It is our primary metabolic reserve. It's the only place where protein is stored that can be easily accessed. Muscle is also where most of our mitochondria are located and the means to increase their activity, volume, and numbers. If the microcirculation is restricted, the mitochondria cannot function properly and will not make sufficient ATP needed to fuel the metabolism properly. That compromises one's metabolic efficiency and overall health. Hopefully it's self-evident that all four of the M's are interdependent. The microcirculation feeds our cells and mitochondria. The mitochondria package energy into ATP to run our metabolism. The metabolism is what allows for life and our very existence. And the muscles are our primary metabolic reserve of protein and mitochondria. They also contain most of our microcirculation. If the microcirculation is restricted, the mitochondria become damaged and metabolic efficiency becomes compromised. That compromises one's overall health, leading to dis-ease. I end with the illustration of the 4Ms as a simplified tool to help you understand the underlying cause and mechanism of all chronic disease processes. It's also the key to helping your body to heal and recover from all chronic disease processes, as well as to recover from most, if not all, acute injuries. If you find this information useful and empowering, I invite you to learn more about how we support the 4Ms, health and healing at the Age Reversal Technology Center. Go to ARTC.health.